Hi, everyone. I'm Inga Lennis. I'm a Senior Vice President for Practice Improvement and Patient Experience here at the Mass General Physicians Organization and MGH. And I'm really excited today. With me, I have Melissa Chittle. She is the lead PA for interventional radiology, and she's also the co-lead of our results management group for COVID in the HICS structure. And as we transition our results management from the centralized team to the ordering provider, we thought it would be great to spend some time talking with Melissa about some of the key points to results management of COVID testing. So my first question to Melissa is, in our results management team, who is calling patients with those results? And as we transition that to the practices, who can call with the COVID testing results?
So we had a group of APPs, RNs, OTs, and PTs calling results. We had for positives, typically someone with clinical background, an APP, or it could be a nurse, because we found it helpful that for a positive patient who may be symptomatic, it was good to have someone with clinical knowledge in case symptoms were worsening or you felt like the person needed to seek emergency care. But in terms of negatives, we really felt like any licensed personnel or person in your practice that you felt could give the results on the correct script would be fine. I think it's just that just make sure that you have a resource for that person in case there are questions that arise if they are a non-clinical person giving a result. But we defer to practices to select which people could call patients with these results. Things we've learned is that patients can be very anxious, have a lot of questions, so make sure you allot time for education and counseling. And results can come back in a couple of different flavors. So to just remind people of the basics, it's not just going to be positive or negative. Positive can also come back as presumed positive or abnormal, and a negative test can come back appearing as presumed negative. And then sometimes you can get inconclusive, non-viable, refused, or canceled. And all of these mean the test was unable to be processed and not enough RNA to result it. So those patients would need repeat tests. So as long as whoever you have giving results is able to have access to someone who's clinical who can counsel them on what next steps if they're unclear of how to interpret a result.
Great. And as a clinician, if I'm calling back a result, but I don't know exactly how to counsel a patient, like for instance, for a positive result, I know that the results management team had scripting that they developed for this counseling. Is there any way for me to access those resources that the central team had?
Absolutely. We've shared all of our resources, posted them on an Apollo website. And the thing that I would tell everybody is dot phrases are truly your friends throughout all this. There's a set of patient and caregiver instruction sets that are already there in Epic. You don't need to be the expert already. You will just go ahead and type in the dot phrase that applies to the clinical scenario or the result. And that can be a dot phrase like .COVID instructions, and it automatically populates with the correct instructions for your patient. There's adult instructions, pediatric instructions, there's multi-languages. And my only advice would be that you really do use these COVID instruction sets that were created by the enterprise and not alter them from their original version, because they will be updated periodically based on guidance from our infection control leaders. But there is a smart phrase for every scenario.
That's great to hear. If by chance I had some question that I couldn't find the answer to on the Apollo links, is there another resource or a place that I can call to get some information about results management?
Sure. During this period of transition, we are going to keep a skeleton crew of results team experts on so that they are available as a resource for clinicians and practices. And they'll be here until June 26th. So there's an email that we'll share, the results follow-up team at partners.org, that you can reach out to them, and they're happy to help you understand the available resources, walk through the way to make a gateway letter or a message, create a letter to mail to patients, or just go over the Apollo and the instruction sets with you.
Great. Well, Melissa, it's been a pleasure to speak with you about this issue, and thank you very much for everything you've done to help our patients during the COVID surge, and thank you to the rest of the results management team for their help.
Thank you. It's been our pleasure.